you off guard, and they love that.
Yeah, it's a bird joke. I get it. Um,
Yeah, it's a bird joke.
mhm, that's funny. But yeah, I do. I think nature talks to us if you just stop and listen. You know.
Chickadees are the best.
They are. But I got a new bird that was chatting me up the other night. It was almost sundown, and I couldn't see it. It was in the tree across the street, but it was making really beautiful sounds. And I was like, well, that's just a beautiful song you're singing. And I started talking to it, and then it started talking back. And I have no idea what kind of bird it was, but we had a nice conversation.
Yeah. No, we right now, surprisingly, this we have an overabundance of pigeons and doves. You
Oh,
know that kind.
Yeah,
Yeah, tons of them.
yeah, we
And
got
then
those too.
those these little brownish birds. They're littler. We have hummingbirds too, but a little bit, just a smidge bigger than the hummingbirds. And those are the ones who go into the date palms. They're just living there. They're living in there right now because it's like, why leave the disco? You know. Hey man, good to see ya.
yeah, we got a lot of sparrows up here. A lot of pigeons too. Doves.
Yeah, I don't know why here. No clue. I mean, we have tons of birds. I don't even know half of them. Hey, what life? Good to see ya.
Good evening, y'all.
Hey, wildlife.
Hey, what life?
Yeah, we got real quiet. We put what life on the spotlight.
Yep.
I
That's
thought he
like
was going to say something.
it was just a little over 100 years ago that the what was it the carrier pigeons went extinct.
Yep.
Ah,
I
Yeah, the
didn't
wow.
birds
know
I
that.
see at work aren't even natural birds to North America. They're sparrows. They're from England.
There's a lot of different factors that led to their extinction ultimately, but one of the biggest reasons was the Great Depression. People was hard for people to get food, so people was just eating anything and everything they could get a hold of. And at that time, in certain cities and areas, there was a ton of carrier pigeons.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be surprised. Even
Yep.
to this day, I think there's a homeless situation in the big cities where they eat rats and whatever they can get. Yeah, that's nature. Hey, Dean, good to see you. And
We
Will. Oh, wow.
we have them.
Yay!
We have them in the country. I'd be more inclined to eat them out here. They're more cleaner. Any pigeons that's in your bigger cities, they're like rats. They're going to eat anything they can get a hold of.
Yeah, crows too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they eat out here. I'm in high desert. It's just boggling, but tons of birds here. It's like a freeway, they rotate. We have a lot of quail, and of course we do actually have road runners here. Once in a while, you'll see one, and they and if they are on the road, be gentle because they get confused and they run. They get cuckoo. They just start running every ziggy zaggy direction. They don't know how to get off the road.
I just seen it. They're so cute.
Anyway, yeah, they are cute, but yeah, you got to kind of watch for them if they're on because they'll just fly right into you. They're not
Kind of
that
like the
smart.
sheep of the bird world, eh?
Yeah, they're just crazy that way. And the quail have it down though. When the quail are in the road, no, they scooch,
Yeah.
they hightail it or fly, But oh, just seeing wood pigeons. Make sure.
I like
Oh,
woodpeckers. The red-headed woodpeckers, the bigger ones are they're just majestic. And then I like the little ones, little speckled ones. They're just cute.
Yeah, we get a lot of the little ones out here.
yeah, I was gonna say more up north. That's where you're gonna find woodpeckers. Nothing down here for them.
We got some around here that's about almost as big as the owls.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, when they're knocking on the trees, it sounds like somebody's hitting home runs.
Yeah. Sets the dogs off for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's just amazing something that small can just sit there and bang its head on a tree all day, just to get some food or, man.
Yeah. And they dig holes too to, live in and stuff too. I mean, they can drill.
It is fascinating.
It is. Nature is fascinating that way. All the varieties. Oh, hey, I'm going to bring something up.
Uh-oh.
Everybody
Go
might
for
go, what? Or might go, oh, this is interesting. Do you know what LIDAR is?
I do.
Okay. Oh, great. It's a type of sonar visual. It bounces sound off of something and determines how big or small something can be. That's kind of how it works. Remote sensing is what it's
Yeah, it's
also
good for
called.
mapping.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know. I found this picture in the recent news. Let me get it up here. Of they used remote sensing at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Cool.
Yeah. This is all underground. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. Hold on. I don't know if that
I
did
wonder what that
anything.
is right there at that bottom right corner. It seems like that's pretty straight lines right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
they can't
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. If you see the picture aside from StreamYard, you'll see there's grids. It's definitely a city. And
I
even
see
up
it.
in the mountain area, like of the caldera or whatever this is, I mean, you could clearly see probably fences or ditches or, a whole irrigation system for growing up there. That's what I see. And then maybe those round things in the middle might have been, tall structures or something.
What's the depth on this? Did they give a depth of how deep it is?
No, again, I found this on the Daily Mail and, they're so
Gotcha.
vague.
Hmm.
I try my best, and I was going to look into this. I just know it is, let's see, what are they saying? LIDAR. Okay. A cultivation features hidden under the Temwin Islands vegetation. Okay. So
Hmm.
they're comparing this to an island that's above somewhere near here. But yeah, all down in here, these are definitely structures. Very, very angled, type fence.
Yeah, that's what.
The,
Yeah, that's caught my eye definitely.
yeah, and in here too, you just, you know, very laid out lines. Like I said, either it was for division. I can't tell, right now. It could be raised or it could be ditches. I'm not quite sure, but it's very man-made looking. Yeah.
Wonder how far it is in relation to something else. I guess another civilized area or another area that might have been inhabited at one point. And of course, it's the Pacific Ocean, but you know, you
Yeah.
got places like Easter Island, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think there were times before the oceans.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, isn't that how planets are created according to science? Is they start out dry and then eventually water happens, but in its early years, it's just
Thanks for coming
dry.
in. Yeah.
Big ball of dust,
Yeah.
which I don't believe, but
Well, it's interesting if this
That's
was
what they
above
say.
ground, if they did do, agriculture, how they devised it inside of like almost a caldera, which actually again might be an eye of a creature. because they felt at one time the eye produced a lot of the right things.
I was looking at it. It looks,
Yeah.
it could be a sperm.
Oh, even a sperm. Okay.
Giant sperm. It's about a mile across.
Or an egg that broke or
Yeah, possibly
something.
an egg.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Well, I believe it's London Man that thinks that we live inside of an eye.
Yeah.
An ancient eye. Very intriguing thought.
Yeah. I'm just, everybody, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just stabbing at really weird thoughts of what I come across. But yeah.
I know
Yes, that-
enough to understand that I know nothing really, so it wouldn't surprise me. Some things.
Yeah, me too. When I was first introduced to this idea of bigger creatures living here at one time, and then as they died off, their carcass turns into things, mountains, and bowls of valleys of really the right makeup of what it takes to grow here. It's just like reproduces again, and here again, don't quote me. I don't know that much about the Bible, but I do think someone said there was a passage in there where one of them said, we live on the carcass. We're living on the carcass of things.
Book of Thomas in the Nag Hammadi scriptures.
Yeah, Nag Hammadi. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow, that was quick. So glad you're here. Yeah, it's very, very possible that we've had all different types of civilizations happen previously, and here we are.
You can go right back to Ovid. Ovid or Hesiod, I forget which one, describes the Earth as a toothy, fleshy mass in its inception.
Uh-huh. Yeah, a lot of those stories, myths, and such, they always are talking about, things like, again, the living tree of life. And anyway, I won't go down any path that I don't know much about. Let's just put it that way. But I thought that was a pretty interesting find in the Daily Mail, of all places.
You see stuff like that from so far back, and it's withstood the test of time, which, however, time can be judged by. However you want to judge it. I can't really understand it myself. But now you look to modern times, and you know what the 10th largest pyramid in the world is?
No.
It is a Bass Pro Shops mega store in Memphis, Tennessee, and it's classified as the 10th largest pyramid in the world.
In reality, or they just made it, and I'm confused.
No, it's a store. Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, I see. And they just made this giant.
They made a giant pyramid. It was just a random factoid I seen a while back. I just thought of it. We had all these giant structures and stuff like that, and now the 10th largest pyramid in the world is a Bass Pro Shops in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hi, Will. Hi, Will.
Well, I'm not surprised. If you look at Las Vegas, they will outdo anybody to get the attention.
Yeah.
They even have their own little Eiffel Tower.
I don't remember seeing that pyramid. Maybe we didn't go to that vicinity.
I was going to say I've never, but I'm going to look at that and see. Yeah, I'm not surprised though.
Yeah, I'm intrigued enough. I'm going to look it up.
And you talked about the Eye in Las Vegas. Now they got an attraction called the Eye or the Sphere.
Yes, saw that.
Yep.
Oh, they've got all kinds of things going on in that little down city. It's not a.
Don't they call it the City of Sin or something like that?
Sin City.
Hold on just a sec here. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm having technical difficulties. Hold on, everybody. Okay, here we go. How you doing?
What's up, everybody? How you doing, Sharp? Thanks for letting me up.
Yeah.
What's up, Max Vision?
Hey,
What's
good
up,
to see you.
Sigma? What's up, Wit Life? What's good, everybody?
So, buddy.
Hey, hi. So glad you came on.
Yes, ma'am. You know I had to come and get inside. You know I had to get into this. You know, I heard y'all talking about like pyramids and stuff, so I figured I'd join. That's my cup
Yeah,
of tea.
cool. Yeah, throw it in. Yeah, we just found this little underwater city that we know that a bunch of them are all over the world. They just don't tell us a lot.
Right. A lot of land. I feel like it's a lot of land mass that's in this realm. That's like inside this little jurisdiction where we at that they hide from us. You know, like when we look at geographical land masses on the maps that they give us in school, I believe that that's just what they want us to see. They're not showing us like everything. You know.
Yeah, they only want us to see very minimal. They don't want us to see the whole truth, the whole picture.
Right, and the brother had mentioned about the pyramid in Memphis. Yeah, Memphis in Kentucky is Lower Egypt because this is
Yeah.
Egypt. It's more pyramids here than anywhere else.
Yep, recently
Mhm.
learned that one myself too.
China's
There's
got a
there's
ton of
several
them.
cities in that region that's actually named after places in Egypt.
Right, over there's artificial in the so-called Middle East, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia. It's all artificial. This is the original over here. This geographical landmass, Turtle Island.
Yep, and
I just wanted to throw that in. I just wanted to give a brief synopsis. That's all. You know, y'all go ahead.
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's great. I don't know much about the pyramids, but I do know that they're finding more and more of them everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, and just between that and Göbekli Tepe and all of these other things that they're just discovering, something really happened, and I don't think it was billions and billions of years ago or whatever they want to tell us. I think it was,
right.
I'm guessing, this is my personal guess, um, this happened like 2500 BC ish.
Yeah, yeah,
Just as because all of the Sumerians and everything, it's just, yeah. And it didn't just throw mud flood around, it melted things.
yeah. Something happened. I think it was a different catastrophe, but
It
yeah,
could be two.
something melted things, like
It could be two. I'm
like
giving
laser
breath for
beams.
that. Hmm.
Yeah, I believe in a deluge and a flood, two different events. And then there was, of course, because
The great melting.
the great melting, which also came with flooding too, though.
Yeah,
Really?
one of my YouTube buddies, his name is Alex. I haven't talked to him in a while. He did content on meltology. He would go like do different geographical places, like
Mhm.
different geographical land masses, and he would do like breakdowns about metallurgy, like how they melted everything down the last so-called quote unquote reset. And you
Hmm.
can see in some of
Mm.
these structures and some of these hieroglyphics how they melted it down. Like you can just look at the rock and like look at the foundation and tell like how they melted everything down the last reset or the reset before that. I don't know if it was some type of weapon they used, highly advanced weapon, but who knows,
Yeah.
but
They
the
claim
evidence
that
is there.
one of the claims for the deluge or the flood was that Venus went by, and in the in the middle of the Earth, it caused fires. It depended on where it hit, but where it was closest to. But some places was fires, and some places was flooding.
Mm. Hmm.
Huh. Interesting.
Ca- yeah, it caused a huge disruption as
Yeah, when
there's
you
a, yeah.
combine like
Mhm.
Ragnarok and the flood myths
Yeah.
together.
Hey, fools and tools, good to see you.
I haven't read Ragnarok for a long time. I should read
I
it again.
know. I have to reread Enoch again,
Hmm.
you know, because I read it and it was like my retention is something of a privilege as you get older. I'm just letting it out there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, but getting back to Teresa, yeah, I think there's a ton of stuff over here in the North Americas, starting from the bottom, because I consider Mexico the bottom of North America, That's how I look at things. I mean, with all the Mayan and pyramids that they do expose, it was like, they had a better pocket of survival than as we go north. It seemed to have gotten more buried for some reason, more flood than anything, I think.
Right. They did that for a reason though, because they had to cover up the old world. See, when they came
Uh-huh.
here on conquest and shit like that, and these were conquistadors, so they would come here. So when they got here, they had to make it seem like they hit like this place. They discovered this place, but we was already here. These structures, these pyramids, these
Yep.
hieroglyphs, they were already here. So they had to rename everything, like New York, New Hampshire. Everything is new to them, but this stuff been here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm totally with you on that. Yeah.
and
There were things
America
that.
used to be. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Paul.
Were you done? Okay.
I'm done.
And America used to be called Amaruka.
Facts. Yeah,
And it
that
is.
Turtle Island, Tamari, Amaruka,
Uh-huh.
Amaru, Mu. It was called Mu at one time.
Uh-huh.
Amaru.
Yep. Yep. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, and we are the land of the serpent. Well, what is that? Is it Ohio? Where is it that they've got the serpent mounds?
Hey Indy,
It's like
good to
the
see you.
it's like the east. It's like the east meets west. You know, you got
Karen.
the Nile over there, and then you've got here the Mississippi, which is the Nile. A lot of the cities down through there, they pay their homage. They got cities, same name, Egyptian names. You know, right on the river.
Facts, bro. And just like with Miami, just like with the Mayas, that's why it's called Miami from the Mayas.
Yes, Miami. Yes, Miami.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Miami, Maya from the Mayans. Yep.
Yep, they distorted it a little bit because maybe it was their accent. I don't know. Yeah, even out here in the West, people will distort, Indian names. But well, that's
So much gets lost each time something gets conquered. You know, you lose so much knowledge, a way of life, a way of tongue. You know, it only takes a couple generations. Now it's so much faster with everything being on the internet. You know.
Oh yeah.
You can connect to something so quick, but you don't realize how something quick goes away.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh my goodness, it's so true. Yeah, I was just saying how the news just rolls now. Where an event like what happened in Georgia the other week just lasts a couple weeks in the news, where before it would sit there for 6 months, we would hear about what was going on still with that. You know what I mean? It's just all dropped now. Anyway.
Yeah, they the real man in black. They use the television and these propagandas, these publications to erase the memory. So they just the man in black. 1 week is this, next week is that. They good at that.
Oh man, aren't they?
That's why they call it a news flash.
Damn.
Yeah. There you go, man.
Damn.
Flash bang.
Talk to me, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
they
kidding.
So I thought
and they
this
know,
area-
and they know the masses don't hold. They know the masses have short term memory, so they able to do psyop after psyop after psyop. Plus, their time is running short, so they desperate. So they pulling out all the stops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what they're doing, and it's going to get way worse before it even starts to get better.
Oh my God! If you told me
They're
3
not
years
done with
ago,
their sacrifices yet.
yeah, even just 3 years ago, if you told me the things we'd be talking about today, I would have gone, nah, really, nah. And it's just so fast, man. It is a flash.
Yeah.
Right. That's why we trying to warn people. I talk to my family members all the time, and I try to convey to them. I said, somebody would have told you in 2019 that we was going to go through what we went through. Would you have believed somebody? They said they said no. So we trying to tell everybody now. Now we got better understanding and overstanding on what's going on. So we trying to get this information out, and it's being taken lightly. It's not for fear mongering or nothing like that. It's just
It's the truth that sets you free from all the lies. That's why we do it.
For a lot of people, it's
They'll
easier to believe
use
that
it
truth.
eventually.
That truth. I mean, that it's harder for them to believe the truth. You know, what they've been told is just easier for them to hold on to. It's like a life raft. They don't have the faith to let go.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people bank their money
They
on
will eventually.
those beliefs, you know. Um, a history teacher, for one, he believes what he's teaching is true and it gives him a job. So, of course, he's going to be in hook, line, and sinker. I'm just
Oh yeah.
saying, you'll always have those, academias, that they have to support, things that have been proven otherwise, or they'll, and I, this is the other thing I read recently, that the colleges, the universities, they are so past due to just go away of the cordless phone. Their usefulness now, because everybody can learn online and
Yeah,
and not have to go
yeah,
through and find a different way for young people to have fraternity and sorority, you know, just a different way. They don't have to live in a dorm. And what is that all about anyway?
It's
Anyway, just saying.
it's a fraternity, like you had just mentioned. It's just nothing but a fraternity because once you get in, you start doing these rituals. These people don't become successful. We look at them like they work their butts off, but they get into these frats and fraternities and they do the wildest things. That's a part because college is a part of the. It works in tandem with religio. It's about sacrificing something, to get to that next level. That's why they say you got to get your degree because it's all Freemasonry. Degrees in masonry, degrees in college. It's the same thing.
Yep, I
There's no
totally agree.
diametrical difference.
No, it is.
yeah.
It's joining a club some sort somehow. And you're right. The bigger the universities, um, the um, the students around them, get into these clubs, and they're clubs for life. If they're,
Yeah.
one guy he's a lawyer, and the next guy he's a biologist, and they just remain really good friends in that level. Which is really what is the crux of the problem with this country is the true war is a class war.
Yeah, and they have people in high places already
You're guaranteed a
that
job
are
when you
ready
get
to
home.
give them jobs.
Yep. Yes. Yeah,
There,
it's all
there was a
laid
couple
out.
of times in my lifetime where I gave the wrong handshake, and if I did, my life could be a different thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I feel like school was just a bunch of hazing, and if you survive it, and you go through all the levels of school plus college, and you've survived all the way to there, and you've joined all their little cliques while you were in
Mhm.
there, then you will leave college with a job. But if you don't join all their little cliques, then you just fall flat and you got hazed for nothing.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Welcome
Yeah.
to McDonald's. How can I help you?
Yeah. No, that's it. That has just been, the status quo of business for hundreds of years. But I think it's kind of done. It's done. And I think they know that, and that's where some of the fear comes from. They're seeing that the population is growing a little bit, but it is growing mentally exponentially in leaps and bounds, like the news. And yeah, people will rise up and say, "Okay, enough of this old system. We got to do something else. We just have to do something else." We can't have a world war every 60, 50, 40 years to solve some problems and, population control. It's ridiculous. But that's what
War
the road
doesn't
they've had us
solve.
on.
War is
Yeah,
good for the
and war
economy.
doesn't
You know,
entropy. Yeah,
good for the economy. They make money. They get rid of some
yeah,
people. They're doing war differently now. They're still doing the same things, but they're still doing war, but they're just doing it a little differently. Now they're actually warring on their
yeah,
populations. They'll have
yeah.
us if they can set up the system. They'll have us mind controlled and dead by the time our bodies are starting to wear out. So that way
Right.
would you be useful until you're dead? You know?
Yep. Yep.
Like retirement is a passe idea in their mind. You know, it's
Yeah, retirement's a scam in itself. That's why I did a live really talking about how life's a scam, man. Like they telling you, they know they got it set up to where they know something might happen to you. You're not gonna be able to see retirement. I seen a publication of this dude right before he went to retire, he died.
yeah,
They'll make it to where something happens to you. Like that's how controlled this matrix is. I'm not saying we don't have control of our own being, but I'm saying like they'll make it to where a fucking car runs over you. That way you won't see retirement.
yeah. 45% of people who retire die about 5 to 7 years after, and a lot of it has to do with lack of movement. But there is more to it. You know, there's all the attacks we're under, and they really don't want you to live that long. You know.
No, man, no, not at all, man. I used to work with this guy, and he had a heart attack on the job. And he came back. He was on the floor, scrubbing the floor, holding his chest. I'm thinking to myself, man, wow, if I gotta come do this at a job, then I don't want it.
Yeah.
And
Puts
then he
things into
told me,
perspectives.
right. This is back when I was a chef. He told me, he said, "Hey Dixon," that's what they call me at the job. He said, "Hey Dixon, man." He said, "If I pass out, I got some pills in my pocket. Put one in my mouth and bring me back to life." I said, "Man, I said, what the hell is this?" That was wild, man. I don't know.
That is kind of an interesting perspective on his reality. Like, I'm gonna just work here till I die. Throw me a pill. Maybe I might revive enough to work some more. That's hard.
For some people, that's heaven, though.
Yeah.
It really depends on your perspective.
No, I like doing things. You know what I mean? Being busy, doing things. Absolutely.
I love my job. I find it satisfying. Sometimes hard, but you know, I don't know. We all got to do something until we die, right?
That's right. Yeah, we're here to create.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here
To
to-
create, not what they want us to create, but what we want to create.
Mm-hmm. But there again, we know what happened back in school. They suppressed us and indoctrinated us to, join their version of how things are.
Yeah.
And it's working.
No gold star for you this week, little Timmy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. They're close. They're close, Truth Zone, to that social credit score.
Just didn't make the cut, little Timmy. I'm sorry. You don't get dessert this week.
Yeah. I'll be little Timmy, unfortunately. They don't like what I say. They don't like what most of us say at the moment. So
That's what I say all the time. Like you can like your job. Like when I was a chef, I liked what I did. I just didn't like the slavery aspect of it. I didn't like the back bucking at the job, like from coworkers.
Yeah.
And I just I didn't like the whole ideology of you having to work 80 hours in a week just to try to make it on the free planet. That just never sat well with me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And that's pretty much what I think it's Gen Z are saying. They're like, they feel like I did when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I didn't like the way my mom and dad did things. And after my dad left, I didn't like the way just my mom did things because things changed because she figured she had to be both mom and dad. But so she was more abusive. But I couldn't wait to grow up and go live my own life, my own way. And then I grew up and I still had to wake up to an alarm, not for school, but for work. And I had like a new mommy and a new daddy. It was like your boss at work and the friggin' government. And it's like, wait a minute, I don't need more parents. And now that they're both dead, I'm not looking for replacements.
Well, what do you want to do,
Huh?
Paul? Do you want to be a hunter-gatherer? Do you want to be a farmer? You're still going to have to do something.
Well, yes, but I would be working for myself on my own farm.
So you want to be
Not for someone else to get richer and richer and richer.
Hard work, Paula. That's hard work.
But yeah, but I'm good at it.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I'm at least good at growing food. And I'm also good at taking care of animals.
Well, there's more than just growing it. You gotta preserve it. So you gotta, have all that kind of kit too.
Yeah,
It's
how to
not,
can
it's
the
not, it's
food.
not an easy life. It's not, a lot of the actions and a lot of the stuff are pretty relaxing, but I still want hot tubs and cars and jet planes and all that. But, you know, I want the nastiness of this system to go away.
Yeah. And if it did, then we could live our lives our way
Yeah, it's all the corruption
instead
and
of someone
monopolies that,
else's.
they've allowed corruption and monopolies to work their way in, you know. There used to be a plethora of, more car companies, phone company, every type of company you can imagine back in the 40s and 50s. Even before that, everybody was small shop, small owner, mostly. And, the economy boomed because, and everybody had money and extra, you know.
I hope he comes back.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
hope
I was waiting.
hope his belly didn't die or some shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a new cup of coffee. I'll be back in a few.
Okay.
If somebody wants to come up, please let them know. I'll be back.
I love growing plants, but I don't want to be a farmer.
Well, but see, in a perfect world, if you'd rather build hot tubs, then you could still build hot tubs, and I could still farm and raise
Yep.
animals. And then when I want that hot tub, then I trade you some food and some animal meat for a hot tub.
Hmm.
And there's no middleman making most of the damn money on any of it. You get a deep freezer and just have a deep freezer full of meat. And I got a hot tub so I can go rest my weary bones.
Yeah, I do believe in a capitalist society that inspires competition. But we live in a capitalist society that should work. Unfortunately, monopolies have made their way in.
Yeah, fuck Monopoly. I never liked the game.
No, it's a shitty
Nah.
game. Teaches a bad lesson.
I liked Clue. Clue, chess. Games where you had to really, strategize.
Game called Oregon Trail taught us how to live off the land and trade with others. Oh, that's cool, Will.
Nice. I don't think I've ever gotten to play that one.
No, there's still class, Dolly. I miss sometimes, I fall asleep. I love my job, but it does take a lot out of me. Yeah, I like my job because it allows me to buy steaks. So that's one of the things I love about my job. Suppose I could just grow a cow, but then I'd have to butcher it, preserve it, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right, abstract. No class, you ain't got no principle. Oh, no. There was no class last night, fools and tools.
No. Maybe next weekend. Or tomorrow? No.
Maybe in an hour and a half. We'll see.
Maybe tonight even. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's 11 o'clock usually, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Hi, Karen.
You still there, Truso?
Yeah, he's still there. He's just on mute doing something.
Maybe he went to go get something to drink too.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Why is our other guest not coming up? I'm not good with names, but I know I like talking to him. Where'd he go? Is he in live chat?
No. Lot Life. No, I haven't seen him back.
Yes, What Life? Yes. I remember it now that you said it. Yes, What Life? Is he in chat?
No. No.
Oh, crap,
Elderberry.
his battery's died then.
Probably, yeah.
And he's probably not going to be able to rejoin until I can get it charged. Aw.
Hey, yeah, I'm back.
That
I'm
happened to
still
me.
here, yo.
Oh, it took
Yeah,
you long enough to answer.
I'm my bad. Yeah, I'm back. Well, that's what I'm saying. I wonder what happened to the other guy.
Probably his
Yeah, that's what I was
battery died.
saying.
He's not in
Battery
chat
problems.
either, so
Huh? Say it one more time.
he's not in chat, so his battery probably died or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he probably back.
that sucks. That happened to me on Charles's channel the other day. I didn't know it could still record you as it's kicking you off of your app you're using and your device, because my last words on Charles's channel was no. Because it was kicking me. But even though I was being kicked from StreamYard and kicked from my own tablet, it still carried my voice through. It sounded like I was saying no to something Chuck said, but I wasn't. I was saying no because I was being removed. And apparently, it can say your last words as you're being disconnected from every damn thing.
Should I do a survival class for
what's
you,
up?
Mary?
What's up, Elder Barry? What's going on? See, somebody said what's going on, True Zone. What's going on, man?
I did survival training, Mary, if you guys want to know about that. Winter survival, actually, mostly.
I'm gonna go look at live chat here in the StreamYard, so I'll have to mute myself because it might jam up on me.
You slipped some 12-year-old single malt and then had a Molson Canadian.
Yeah, hey, I got a question for you, Max Vision. Are you in Canada?
Yeah.
Is politics real big over there, like how it is over here in the States with the whole Democrat Republican? Like I don't know how the political scheme is set up over there,
We
but
don't take it out on each other as much as you guys do.
yeah, here, man, it's personal here, man. Like these NPCs, man, they take it serious, man.
Yeah, it doesn't define us as Canadians. Our politics really doesn't. Not as much as it does in the States. So we don't fight over it like that. Like we all have our, like we will at protests and shit, but you know, it doesn't really, there's not much difference between the parties in Canada either. So, you know, right now there is, because they're putting up a Trump guy, but we still don't really, you know, if somebody like I guess I'd consider myself well, I used to be considered a liberal, but it's not like it is in the States. That's all I can really say. We don't fight about it like you guys.
Yeah, man, over here, man, it's like it's political. People fight about it. People they hang they put the memorabilia and the stickers on their cars. They hang the flags up in their yard. You know, pledging allegiance to this
Yeah, and
to
another
this.
thing. Well, there is another thing too. That's like our elections are only take like 1 month. So an
Right.
election will be called. It's done in a month, right? So we don't have the big buildup over a year or two that you guys have. So there's not all this propaganda on people's lawns and people wearing, you know, shirts or whatever, and you know, all that kitsch and shit for election stuff. Because
Yeah, man. Here, like it's like going to a NBA game, man. Who's your favorite team? They wear it's like going to a hockey game. Everybody got their favorite jersey on, so it's the same thing. It's how it is. Here. It's a shit show, man.
Yeah. Here it's just come and gone. Like we could have an election next week, pretty much. Like, well, they could call one next week, and then within like a month, we'd have an election. So, but we're now waiting on a year now for our
Right.
next.
Right. What's
Can
up,
I
Naga,
ask?
bro? Me and Naga
Yeah,
just
hi,
did a
Naga.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Oh, no, that's. I was just going to ask. Please let me interrupt, Naga, and then you can talk all you want. Um, do you think that our elections should be changed in the sense that instead of every 4 years, that we elect a president once for 10 years? That person would be very accountable
Oh
for
God, that could be
outcomes if
such
they
a
had to
horror
stick
show.
around and see, yeah, and not so
Well,
much hoopla.
that's why they only do it every 4 years, because if you've noticed, I noticed growing up, every time the next president comes in, their excuse is always the same. Well, I only had 4 years. 4 years isn't enough. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
only
think they
had
should go
eight.
1 year. I
Eight's
think
not
they should
Yeah,
go
enough.
1 year.
it's a
1 year
game.
out. 1 year out, and you can't come back. Yeah,
Yeah, limits on Congress and Senate too.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
2, 3 terms at the most, and then
You know,
you're out.
I couldn't get done what I wanted to do. Well, that's probably good. You know?
These days. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Let's have a reset back to like a constitutional republic in the States. Canada, we're screwed. We never had anything like that. We never had rights. So it'd be nice if we just adopted your constitution or something and stripped it all back to that and start again.
That's what I'm saying. They let you know in hindsight that they taking from the masses. They saying Congress. Congress means to take from something. If they was here to help, they would be called. They would call themselves progress. Progress means to move forward. Congress means to go backwards. So they telling us right there.
Exactly. Fun with
It
words.
would be called a progressive party or something like that.
Yeah, we have parliament.
Like it got that mint word in it. We all know mint means to control the mind. That's what me and Naga was talking about earlier.
Yep.
That's right. Yep, a lot of people need to do that fun with words thing. They need to go and be digging deep into word meanings in as many languages as you can find.
But
But yes, men,
much love and respect to the chat and the panel. I'm gonna just want to say this right quick.
yes,
And I'm gonna pass the mic. But Congress, come from congregation. You know, so Congress is the root word of congregation. So congregation, is it's an organized group. You know what I'm saying? It's
yes,
an organized group. So
like a
when they're talking
religion.
about Congress, they're talking about a corporation, a congregation.
Yep, yep. And it
Yeah,
is a
and
religion.
yes, I was going to say the congregation conjures. And who
Uh-huh.
conjures? Wizards conjure.
Wizards,
Yeah,
witches, warlocks. Yes.
the members of Congress is a direct representation, of uh, the corporate world.
Mm-hmm.
So each one of them,
Exactly.
represent a corporation.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Yep, that's how it's rolling.
Yep,
It's frustrating.
yep. I call them corporations for a reason,
Yeah.
because
Well,
they're
the,
dead
the, the
inside.
corpse seems to be dying lately. Every time I open up the news,
Yes.
there's another 106 stores of whatever closing. They're doing this.
Hmm.
They're shuttering things up. Just wondering.
Well,
But
they're not, this is my opinion. They're not going to need these businesses as population control progresses. That's as
but
nicely as I can say it.
the proper word is cooperation. So is two parties come together to operate one organization. You know what I'm saying? This is why they have the uh, Democrat and the Republic. This is the two parties that come together. This is to create a cooperation. To both of them
Hmm.
is operate the same organization. They take turns.
Yep.
A cooperation is like another word, for uh bicycling. You know what I'm saying? For like a biometric system. You know what I'm saying? Like a biometric system is like is the same, got the same function as a corporation. It's basically two different things. You know what I'm saying? Two different sides.
Mhm.
Work. For the benefit of one thing.
Yeah. Why ain't Dean coming up? Then we'd have our 6.
Yeah,
This
up
is
until
what
the
we
end of the
need.
month, I can have 10, and then it goes back to 6. Go ahead.
Ah,
This is
Yeah.
what we need as a people. We need cooperations. You know what I'm saying? Not enough of us, is cooperating. You know what I'm saying? Into the truth, into what we're trying to bring into existence, what we're trying to manifest, what we're trying to bring into life. Not enough of us, is taking part of that. We're too busy, taking part in the system.
That's it. They keep us little busy bees down here in our own stuff. So we don't, pay too much attention to it. And then if we start looking into what they're doing, all of a sudden there's this event, something that sidetracks us. Look over there. Don't,
uh-huh.
huh?
Uh-huh. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of these events, it's like, okay, now what's really going on? Because we're all looking at this. Something's going on somewhere else.
Yeah, when they start censoring what you have to say.
Oh, yeah, they do me all the time. Remember
And
my
you
very
know what
last
you
live
said wasn't
stream?
crazy.
I had to cut
You
something out.
know you're in trouble. Yeah. They don't want you to evolve past that. That's where they draw the line. You're not allowed to think critically. Not allowed. Not allowed to connect the dots. You're not allowed to wake up. I tell you, I was being censored, edited, shadow banned, what all they've been doing to us these past 3, 4 more years. And that's always happened to me on my Facebook, my YouTube, any Twitter account I had, whatever over the years. I was shadow banned and shit long before it was cool. Like the song, I was country when country wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shadow banned before it was cool, and it was happening to everybody. So
Yeah, Dean says
I'm
he
used to
doesn't
it.
have the battery. So,
Oh, well, go plug yourself in so you can at least listen to the whole show and your phone don't die. At least be plugged in. At least be plugged in.
yeah,
Shadow ban
I
is
think
not.
it's the start of his afternoon there. Go ahead.
I don't think shadow ban is happening to everybody. I think it's only happening to a few. And it's
Oh,
the
yeah. The awakening ones or the awakened ones. Yes.
yeah.
I was born awake, so that's probably why they've always shadow banned me. And when I said everyone, I didn't mean everyone. I meant everyone that's being shadow banned.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
For a
no, not
while,
everyone is being shadow
YouTube was riding my highness.
banned. Yes,
I had,
yes, your
yeah,
highness.
I call it that. My derriere, they were riding my butt. They were making me, and I still do it pretty much, go in after the fact and click yet another extra button to say that this show is for only over 18. And
Yeah.
every time I play any music, they'll come back and say this is either banned in some territory or I
Yeah.
have to cut it out.
I got a collection of them now, G. I got another one yesterday.
Collection.
So yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Or yeah, the content I'm showing, I've got to cut it out or the whole thing will go down.
My
Yeah.
channel growth froze about 4 years ago for some reason.
Yeah, I wonder why that is, man. Yeah, this is my third channel here. I've had 2 other channels get deleted, and then even on this channel, I got up to like 2 strikes. So I chilled out. I kind of didn't. I regressed on making videos for a while, just to get that strike taken off. But they tried to take this channel down, and then they was hitting me with like copyrights, and then saying my videos won't be played in certain regions, doing anything they can to like discourage me from
Yeah.
making content.
Yes. They're
Yeah,
trying
they
to
follow you.
discourage you. This
They
is
follow
my
you.
third YouTube channel.
I tried a new channel. I tried to make a new channel. Like they didn't take my channel. I just thought, well, okay, if you're going to shadow ban this one, I'll try and make a new channel. That didn't work. They follow you. They follow you wherever
Yeah,
you.
they follow you. Yeah. Yeah. They're like hemorrhoids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've done
if you
I've
if
done a
you
video one time where they muted the whole video, like they muted it.
Yeah.
if you're flying if you're flying under the radar, you're definitely gonna get caught in the radar.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be detected by the radar, you have to fly above the radar. So this is why we have to. It's important for us to formulate a coded language, where we can communicate with each other, but we only us know, what's being said, because of of the coded, just like these people, they speaking, using English, you know, but it's being coded in a way, that went over some of the people's heads. So
Right.
that's the only way we can operate. You can't try to navigate, right under their eye, trying to, they see you coming from a miles away, they're gonna put the fire out before it get big. So you have to
Right.
kind of creep. You have to kind of creep. So you have to be hidden in plain sight, just like you have to kind of move like a chameleon.
Yeah.
That's what we talking
I
about
did an
earlier on
entire
my
show.
panel.
I did an entire show. I think it was last week or the week before on growing your channel. A friend of mine did believe that we could grow our channels, but by the end of it, if you're going to make any type of an impact, like you're trying to reach people who don't know, so that's the problem. Is if you're just talking in code, then only the people in the know are going to know, and it makes it very difficult to get the message out. So, I pretty much resigned to either you can do that, or you can, just make fluff, and your channel will grow. And then you could
Yeah,
maybe
sometimes
break out with something, but then they'll immediately shadow ban you. But yeah, it's
sometimes
My
sometimes we do it to ourselves. We're trying to put the message out prematurely. You know, we're trying to put the message out before it ready. Before we even put it all together. Before we even organize the information, we're trying to put it out. This is why we end up by shooting ourselves in the foot. You know, so we don't.
I knew I was going to get banned. Like there was no doubt about it. I absolutely knew what I was going into.
Me and G Shock, we got the same avatar. s- Almost.
Yeah, I have flaming sunglasses tonight. I've just have had a really strange last couple of days, so there's my mood. I don't know what to tell you. So
I really consider
with you,
being shadow banned and getting strikes. Those are badges of honor for me. They're not.
yeah,
They're
as
not
long as you can keep your
shameful.
channel, yeah, that they
Well, even if I
don't.
lose my channel, I don't care. I really don't. I've got a backup channel. I'll start another one. You know. Yeah, they're more like badges of honor. I don't want to play to their system.
See, the thing is, though, the thing is, I think it's about building our aura first, you know, and then we won't be you know so worried about the channel, because we know our aura going to attract the people. The people going to be attracted to our aura. Once you have a name, you know once you have an aura, they could take your channel today, you start one tomorrow, and you know what I'm saying, everybody going to try to find you, because you have an aura, you know what I'm saying, you're attracted, you are a source people is feeding off, you know what I'm saying. So
I do. Oh,
it's about just to finish. It's about building our character. You know what I'm saying? It's about
no, I do absolutely. That's what makes
We are friends below.
TV personalities
Find you.
and podcast personalities now. They do. They have something about them. You'll even notice it in person if you've ever met a semi-celebrity in person. A lot of them do. They just carry something that's magnetic. I can't explain it.
Yeah, their aura, because they already
Mhm.
they already known.
Yeah, yeah. They charge. You're right. They charge one of their chakras. That's for sure.
They
But
are,
anyway, yeah.
to me, these people are above.
Right, Robin? Yeah.
Go ahead, you got it.
I
Oh, but
just feel like I just feel like we attract what we are to our channel. So somebody like myself, I attract like-minded beings like myself, soul beings like myself to my channel. So, same thing goes for y'all.
Yeah.
When y'all put out content, you're only gonna attract what you are. I've had a few zombies and NPCs come over there, and agents come over there and try to like distort the message. But other than that, we attract what we are, because ain't that many of us. Well, it's more of us than what we think it is, but
Hmm.
it's still really not that many of us. If that makes sense.
well, this is why we're supposed to, you know, you know, we're supposed to be broadcasting. You know what I'm saying? So we're supposed to, we're supposed to be casting, our net, abroad. So we're not supposed to be speaking, you know, uh, in a we're not supposed to be speaking in a particular way, or in a specific way. We're supposed to speak in a general way. You know what I'm saying? In a way that, when I say something like, the Christian understand what I'm saying, the Muslim understand what I'm saying, the non-believers, you know what I'm saying. So I'm using, the simple term, universal term. You know what I'm saying, that everybody can agree to. I don't know if that makes sense.
I feel what you're saying, bro.
Oops.
They say that's how we're supposed to be speaking. We're supposed to be speaking, in broadcasting term, and we're supposed to be using general terms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, this is a technocracy, man. Dystopianism, and it's a technocracy, man. With these platforms, man. They send these damn bots over here like to monetize channels, and then when you can't monetize it. I thought about getting a Patreon a few times, just putting content on over there, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna fool with that.
The
Yeah, I
best.
can charge people to come to class. What do you guys think? $2 to come to class? How's that sound?
$2 to come to class.
I'll pay the $2 somebody doing a class. I do a lot of like on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people like us on Instagram, and it's this one guy. He does classes on there over there, and like he does like ancient Kamat stuff like that, like content like that. So I just go over there. I just
Oh
listen. I
yeah.
learn a whole lot.
I'll read your chat if it's a super chat. Got to pay for it.
Yeah,
And
I've had my
that's where everything seems to be going anyway.
Yeah.
I think very shortly here.
Get
If
your
you're a
wallet out, guys.
content, yeah, if you're a content creator, even on YouTube, there might be a fee. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I feel it coming. Everything's going up, up, up. Free ain't free.
Listen, I'm about to crack a joke, so pay attention, right? So to me, to go to class, right, is to go and see LS. You know, ain't no, ain't
Snake
no
crazy.
ain't nobody wanna go, to no classroom and watch, the teacher shit. Nobody act like he know everything,
Man,
know nothing. You know what I'm saying? We
let me tell y'all, man. I've learned more on these YouTube streets in the past few years since I've been doing this than I ever have in the educational indoctrination center or camps, whatever you want to call them.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Hey, but this is a joke, man. So like I was saying, listen, man. if you want to go to class, go to class, whatever, don't ever stop yourself from learning. Just make sure you control whatever you're giving life to, because you don't want to give life to something, that's going, unalive you, or that's going to unalive you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure, we give, life, we give birth to the things, that work in our favor. But yeah, man, beside that, make sure, you do what you do. You learn, whatever you could learn. You know what I'm saying? As much as you can. Don't ever stop yourself from learning. Don't ever think you know everything. This is why I was, cracking the joke, about the teachers, because teachers be thinking like, they know everything that need to be know. We need to sit our ass down, and learn, and be quiet. Like, nah, it's not like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got it.
I feel you, man.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not laughing at the discussion at all. It's something else entirely. I'm sorry. I'm high, everybody. I've been
It's fine
smoking this
now.
grape bubba is what it's called.
I just
Oh,
got me
great.
some roasted chilies out of this deal, so
Smoking that kush, that
Oh
gas,
man,
the
I'm
93
telling you.
gas.
And Dolly's gonna run her card somewhere around my body. I don't know. So I'm winning here. I'm winning. So
Oh, funny.
Sorry about that. I tried to switch devices and go to my husband's computer, but he recently got a bunch of new shit, and apparently he doesn't have my shit hooked up right anymore. So I had getting his ass when he comes home tomorrow morning. You better fix this shit, boy. It says StreamYard tells me my audio is working when I come in from there, but I can't hear none of y'all motherfuckers. And then before it was saying I could hear you, but my audio wasn't connected. So it can't even make up its damn mind at this point.
yeah, we accept PayPal and iTunes too. So
Nowadays, PayPal and iTunes is like Jesus.
Max,
You gotta be
you sound
accepted.
like you're as high as me.
yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry, Teresa.
It's all good. I ain't been high so damn long. I don't even know what it feel like to be high anymore. Shit, I quit smoking about 7 months ago.
Just
So
same
like,
Oh,
company
I
anymore.
think it was
good.
less than that. It's been about, I don't know, about 7 months. Before that I was getting high every day. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No,
so
I
you waited
take.
till it got legal, right? And then you
No,
quit.
I was like, I run my own business, and I got to a point where I was getting high, going into these people's houses, and I was like, man, I can't be on these jobs high like this, because I'll get high in the car, and I go into somebody's house and clean their windows for them. Like, man, I can't. So I'll be here dropping shit. I'll be in there trying to go in the fridge asking for snacks. I'm like, I can't. I got to be sober when I go into these jobs. So that's what made me
Go
Yes.
quit
after their
smoking.
snacks.
You out of control.
Yeah, that's a heavy user.
They were like, man, what's for dinner, man? Shit, I'm here cleaning your windows. What's for dinner? So I was like, man, let me quit.
you
I
you
said, let
off
me
the
quit
chain,
smoking.
my boy. when you smoke, you off the chain, bro.
Yeah, I am, man. That's why I said I had to be clear minded, because before that I was getting high every fucking day, going on these jobs. I'm like, man, I can't concentrate because I'm, when I get high, I start thinking about other shit and I can't focus on one thing. But yeah, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. I want to smoke again, but
No,
not right
I
now.
take breaks. I do. I'll take
Yeah, it is
one or
good to
two.
take a break.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm having a drink tonight.
See, he's drinking, and that's not
Yeah,
Max.
there you go.
I stopped
So,
drinking for what, 15 or 20 years? I can't remember.
wow. Yeah, I haven't had one for. I don't drink. I'm not one.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long it's been since I've had some alcohol. I quit
Yeah.
counting. Yeah. It's been a minute. Long ass minute. That's all I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never
Well,
was a
I
big
I don't know
drinker.
if it's just me, but I think you need some type of natural remedy, to
Right,
to
Dolly? Yeah.
to give access, to your to your crown chakra. You know what I'm saying? To be, to consciously access your crown chakra, I think you need some natural remedy. You know, it's different for for different people, but
Yeah.
I think you have to, you know, uh, you have to uh digest, some type of natural remedy, in order to open that, uh chamber.
Yeah. Yeah. Some use shrooms, some use ayahuasca, some use alcohol. When I was drinking alcohol, I would get to this certain plateau where I felt like my mind was as open as it was going to get. And I started having revelation after epiphany and sharing it with whoever was there drinking with me at the time. And I did not get drunk past that point
Yep.
because I don't believe in doing that. You're getting drunk to feel good, not to hug the toilet for the rest of the fucking night.
Yeah, I used to be able to. I had great vision when I was drunk, and it got to the point where I didn't want to see anymore. I just didn't know. I don't want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't want to. I don't want to know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, once if you're drunk, if you drink too much, you're not going to you're not going to know you're not going to access your third eye consciously. It's going to be in a
Oh,
dream
my third
state.
eye was open. It was open,
Man,
but
Right.
I've seen
it's
people,
all
man,
on
I've
the
seen
negative
people drink
side.
and act like complete fools, man. Like when I was a chef, I would do parties, and I worked at this golf course, man. And these were these were like doctors, like people that so-called hold key positions in the matrix.
But
And man, a lot of them, they be in there getting drunk inside the country club. I be back there cooking. My coworker tell me on the story, hey man, look out there, they drunk as shit out there, man. They be out there fighting with each other, acting a fucking fool.
yeah,
I said, these are supposed to be our heroes, right? They out here, they coming in here drunk every goddamn day. Most of them miserable. I don't know. I just never felt like I needed to drink to be myself, and I it seemed like a lot of those people were doing that because they couldn't be themselves around each other. I don't know,
Right.
Well, they don't
Yeah.
know who they are neither. This is why they acting the way they acting. They don't know, that they are, consciously. It's like not knowing that you're in a car.
Well,
you're going to be reckless. You know what I'm saying? You might crash. You might, kill somebody. You might do all type of damage because you don't know you're in a car and not knowing the danger you could do. It's the same thing. Them not knowing that they in the seat of the soul, consciously, right? So they,
well, they're still conscious. Let me throw this in real quick. My thought on that is it depends on your intentions when you're drinking the alcohol, for example.
yeah.
Some drink it to hide and to put on a mask.
now
I
they're not.
didn't drink it to hide and put on a mask. I drank it to feel good and reach that plateau. And so I just want to throw that in real quick.
Let me say this very quick. They don't know. They don't know. That's why a lot of them don't even remember what they did. You know, a lot of them have to
Yeah,
apologize.
that's way too much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's way.
They
That's
don't.
the point
Yeah,
of way
they
too
don't.
much.
Yeah,
Some
they
people
don't
stop
know.
long before that, though.
Yeah, the
Yeah, they don't.
blackout mode is dangerous.
Well,
Yep.
that's why they call it drug or alcohol abuse. The
Mhm.
Hmm.
key word here is abuse. Don't abuse whatever it is you're doing, and you'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, I got Northern Lights tonight. That's what I'm smoking.
Cool.
I
Ooh,
can't
that's
seem to
fitting.
find any, and it's really pissing me off.
You can't find any?
Like, nobody ever fucking has it at the shop. It's like, what the hell?
It's not legal. Is it legal in your state?
They have it. You can go and you can buy it, and you just got to show your driver's license and shit. But they never, ever, 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 ever have Northern Lights. They have everything, or
Oh,
they have something
Ah,
like Northern Lights is mixed in with it, but it's with other shit. I just want Northern Lights.
every
Can't
once in a
find it.
while, I'm lucky and I find a White Rhino. That's my favorite. It's a
mm,
50-50 blend. It's a hybrid.
I've heard of it,
interesting.
but
Yeah,
I don't think I've
it's
had
really
that
good.
either.
But I just wanted to
Yeah.
say this right quick though. I think it's two ways we access knowledge and wisdom from within, either in a dream state or you know in a meditative state, uh hallucinated. You know what I'm saying? Being hallucinated.
Yeah.
Is this these are the only two ways you could acquire knowledge from within. So I the and the accessing information in a dream state is being stored in your memory. This is why you have to go in your memory, try to remember, try to go back, to try remember what happened. But in a meditative state or hallucinated, it happened instantly. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
remember means to put back together.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, makes sense. You wouldn't have to put it back together if, like, what you're saying is true.
Yeah,
It'd
that's
already
why
be
they don't want us to be hallucinated. They want us, to only, access, information from the dream state, because they know
here.
we have to when we come back in the reality, we have to put it together, and not all of us remember how to put it together.
Right. You have to put yourself on big screen if you want us to see what you're trying to show us there, G.
Yeah, I mean to say not all
This
of
is
us.
this. I just got my seeds in, so I've got 6 seeds. There's 3 to each container. This is strawberry Kush.
Mm.
So I'm
Ah,
hoping, yeah, that's my new venture in a month or so.
good.
Oh yeah,
And
Nice.
you got that 4-foot tent, right?
yeah, I do. I have a 2x2 in here, and then I have a 4x4 in the garage. Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do 2 plants because I'm the only one here that
Don't
smokes.
lie to me.
So what I grow is what I smoke, so I just do 2 at a time.
Some cherry
Yeah.
mosa and frazzini. Oh wow, never heard of that.
What's going on here? Oh, White Russian,
Hmm.
Cherry Mosa, and Frozini. That's I like how they come up with these words. A Frozini.
They have got some crazy names over here for some shit.
There we go.
That don't even make sense. They'll name it like chocolate chip cookie. It don't taste like no chocolate chip cookie. Why the hell you naming it chocolate chip cookie?
Me
Don't
personally,
smell like chocolate? Huh?
I enjoy all of them. I don't really,
Yes.
I don't really I don't really get deep into knowing names and stuff like that. To me, it's probably my nose. The most I would do is probably using my nose. But
Yes.
other than
Yeah.
that, it's just
News.
trying it for me, because all I really need for real is a dose, is a buzz. Whether I'm drinking for real. This is why I'm not too much of a drinker. I don't be drinking that like
It's
that.
good.
I probably just
Mhm.
take a shot once in a blue moon or whatever the case may be. But smoke, I
Yeah.
just casually. Back then I used to be smoking like back to back every other minute. But now I just smoke now every now and then I just smoke. So
Did you realize that you
Hey,
can smoke yourself sober and piss yourself right the fuck off?
you
yeah,
say
you can
smoke,
sober up really quickly on cannabis if
you say smoke
there's
yourself up
You have
sober?
to be careful.
yeah, you can. You can smoke yourself sober. Strawberry Kush, yes, it has strawberry cough and OG Kush in it. That's what it's made of.
I think
Anyway,
you could smoke so much to the point where you think you sober. But I don't think you can smoke yourself up sober.
Where you smoke yourself to where you feel like you're sober again.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You think
Yeah.
you're sober, but it's because it's normal for you, because it became a habit. It became a tradition. You know what I'm saying? Something you do in your you know
Oh, I see what
uh
you're saying. Yeah.
it's like eating. You know what I'm saying? Like eating, is regular.
Yeah. And the only reason I found out that you could do that is because of the last guy I was with and his uncle. They just one right after another, like you were saying, and I was new to it. And I could not keep up with these crazy ass motherfuckers. Okay, I could not, but they tried to make me keep up with them. And then that's when I found out that you can smoke yourself sober to where you feel like you're sober again. So then I
It's
began
the same way
questioning
too.
things.
You could drink the same way too. You could drink yourself to the point that where, you know,
Not me. The more I drank, oh, the harder the night went on.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I
Same
can't
for
drink.
me, G.
Yeah, no, there's no coming back. You know what I'm saying? Except
You should end up with
wearing it
alcohol
off.
poisoning trying to drink yourself sober.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
a scary
people
one. You
is some
shouldn't have
people
that
that's
fast.
literally it's people that literally go to sleep to a bottle, wake up to a bottle. You know,
Right.
like
Well,
it's
I've
regular.
been high. And an incident would happen in front of me, and I sobered up super quick, like no problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
On other things that I've done, forget about it. You got to ride the wave. There's no way of coming back.
yeah,
But then again,
yep.
you need to smoke again right away, right? As soon as you're done, right? You need to smoke, right?
Hi, Bingus. Yeah.
Hey, Bingus. Hey, we're just talking about pot and stuff. The reason why I smoke cannabis mostly these days is it's a health thing. I have I have a food allergy and I have a thyroid problem, so I smoke in the evenings to give my digestive system kind of a break, you know? And
Yeah,
yeah, and my body too, because with thyroid, it attacks your muscles. You got muscle aches more than the average bear because of it. So it's those kinds of things.
yes,
But I don't usually start smoking until I have a ritual, till like 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Prior to that, I get everything done. I wake up in the morning, have my coffee and breakfast, and I'm going shopping, errands, and yeah, that's how I handle my life. I don't drive debilitated because it irritates me when I'm getting, kind of sideswiped off the road by somebody who did. There you go, because it happens a lot, it seems to me here.
yes. And it is
Mhm.
better if that's always happening to you to be sober when it happens.
Correct. Yeah. Obviously, if anybody out there knows how to get this magnet off of me of really crappy drivers, please contact me. I really need, some sage. Tell me what I need to do here to get this off in a way.
To me, smoking is like a ritual to me, for real.
It is mine.
It,
It
is
helps. Yeah, my
because
day.
I don't smoke the weed by itself. I mix it with tobacco. Because in my culture, my people use
Yes,
tobacco.
that's how I do it. That's how Max
So
does it too.
so
We
I mix
mix.
I mix it with tobacco. So give it my own little twist. My grandfather used to do it with just straight tobacco, but me, I do it, but I mix the tobacco with the weed. So
Yep.
but yeah, it's more.
Yeah, I
It's
call it rolling a loaded cigarette.
Yeah.
Yep.
Once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Once in a while, I'll load a road. Hello, I was going to say that backwards. Load a loaded. I will roll a loaded cigarette.
Say that 3 times.
I almost couldn't say it once.
I know. Oh my goodness. Yes, everybody, we're heading in strange directions today.
but a lot of
Well,
people don't know that though. A lot of people don't know these things raise your vibrations. You know,
mhm,
I think so.
just like
Mhm.
when you hot and you drink some cold water, it cools you down. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
mhm.
It's the same way. When you take a shot, of alcohol, it raise your vibrations. It's like basically it's like I don't know in the hospital. When somebody lose consciousness. How they when they shock them. With the electric uh uh iron thing, you know, when they shock them, to try to make sure they get a spark, is basically the same thing. These remedy, these natural remedy, this is what it do to your body, to it basically when it touch, certain parts of your organs, it basically raise the vibrations. You know what I'm saying? Or it basically send it, where it needs to send it to raise the vibration.
Well, Socrates did say everything in moderation. That's the key in everything.
Yes,
However,
absolutely.
people do go overboard a
Yep.
lot,
In some way.
actually. But with alcohol, though, I mean, they do call it the spirits. If you do go overboard, like you're opening yourself up to things.
Yep. There is one. There
Yeah,
is
a lot of
proven
I,
good use of alcohol. Is that if
I
people who do binge drinking, what happens is the alcohol gets rid of there are fast and slow neurons in your brain, and binge drinking alcohol gets rid of the slow neurons in your brain.
yeah, I grew up with the kind of alcoholics that were mean alcoholics. So they were probably even drinking the wrong kind of alcohol for them.
That too. You got to know your medicines if you're going to play with
Yes, you
that.
got to know which one you should be drinking. Like some people can drink the hard alcohol and not get mean and be sweet as pie, and then drink beer and turn into an asshole. But then there's the vice versa people too, where they're an
hit it on the head.
asshole on beer, or they're an asshole on the hard alcohol and nice on beer. You got to know what you should be drinking.
Yep. And I would say a little bit with the sativa, know how your body and mind works with the the sativa and the indicas and the balance in between, for your situation.
Yes, I like to keep both around because every situation, and then I'm
Okay.
ready. I'm ready.
Enough of that beer, Dolly. Switch to tequila. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can do now is tequila, I think, and rum. That's it. I don't think so. Not anytime soon. Yeah, pretty much.
Tequila, yeah.
I'll be singing that sunrise song.
Lordy Dave. Never mix beer and tequila. At least I couldn't. That's bad. It was
twice and it was bad.
It was tequila shots with a beer chaser.
No.
And that was like all they had to drink. And if you wanted to get a buzz, you had to drink this. Not a good combination.
A lot of people don't know coffee and cigarette do the same thing. That liquor and weed do. The same, the marijuana and the alcohol do. The cigarette and coffee do the same thing.
Very probable.
Yeah. I also like smoking my cigarettes. I also like drinking coffee. Also like drinking tea.
Man, I do not miss smoking cigarettes. I used to smoke a pack of Cools a day. Well, half a pack of Cools and Newports. That was like, I ain't smoked a cigarette in 11 years, but when I did, I was still athletic though. I was still fast, but even like when I was in high school, we smoked the Black and Miles. You know about the Black and Miles? We smoked those.
Yep.
We be outside smoking those and go in there and play like 2 hours for basketball.
Sure.
But imagine what they do to our bodies.
That's how you know this shit don't affect you for real. If your mind, if your mind is straight, if your mind is straight, your body follow.
Me and Max, we don't smoke cigarettes. We roll our own. So it's not a cigarette that is brown colored paper shredded up with chemicals sprayed all over it. Not those.
Right.
We smoke the real tobacco. We roll it ourselves.
It's better to roll your own because, like, you get a cigarette from the store, that shit got rat poison on it. It got butane on it.
That's what kills people. It's not the tobacco. It is the preservatives and pesticides.
There's no tobacco in a cigarette. They might spray it with some tobacco, but it's just
possibly
paper.
These days. I wouldn't be surprised today. I would not.
You can look it up. I like to look it up online.
Probably.
I was in somebody's house doing a job and they was lighting up cigarettes back to back. I was like, God damn, I thought I was gonna choke. I said, that ain't number four. It's like, God, fuck.
Nah, hell no. I can't smoke
They're
cigarette.
really addicting, all those chemicals.
I just have to step in here, beloved abstract. I love the Firesign Theater. It's a really old comedy type group, 60s, 70s era. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I can smoke weed back to back. Not in a cigarette.
Yeah, I can smoke a joint, a blunt. We used to roll them extendo blunts though. We'd take like 4 blunts, put them together, and have a fucking blunt long as a Subway
Like
sandwich.
Cheech
Probably
and
longer than that.
Chong.
Whoa.
Like Cheech and
Whoa.
Chong.
Yeah.
We had them
Yeah, that
extendo
is.
blunts.
You
That's
take
a
a cross,
Cheech and Chong
make
for
a
sure.
cross out of it. You put 3 joints onto a fourth.
Hey, Elbow, good
Yeah,
to
that's
see
what we
you.
do. We would take 4 blunts and add them together, and them shits be extension blunts. That's what we call them.
Ha
Yeah, I used to
Nice.
do that goofy shit too when I was, in fucking high school and shit. But shit.
I've seen people do it. So I can picture it. I can imagine what he's saying. For sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was high school days, man. That's like 2006, 05. And we did some crazy shit, man. Damn. That got me going down memory lane now.
That was like
Hey, I just
90s.
have to
Yeah.
jump in for just a second here. Elbow
Mhm.
88, the majority of the chat is over on Max Vision's channel. I forget to tell people that because you're probably wondering why you don't see a lot of these things. If you want to head over, it's Max Vision remote viewing. Yeah, or come on up because you can get the link on
Is
my
this
channel,
okay? Whose live is this?
mine.
Is this his or yours? It's yours, right?
Yeah, it's
Right.
yeah.
But
So
most
where's
of
Max
Okay,
at?
that's what I thought.
So Max
But when
doing his
you
own live?
okay,
It's a
Yeah,
double
you
stream.
can restream from StreamYard.
yeah, we're running
I
2
could put this on
channels.
my channel right now if I wanted to. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could. Yeah.
but it's kind of too late now.
Well, I mean, I'm hanging tonight. It's, just a hang night.
I got class in half an hour, so.
Yeah, okay, right on, right on.
If you like remote viewing, if you want to practice using your pineal gland, go to Max Vision's channel and subscribe and go to his classes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
See if you got what it takes. And if you're really, really good, the Men in Black will visit you and maybe take you away.
Oh shit.
Serious? I was serious. You don't think that doesn't happen?
Makes me wonder why
You
it's
had your
so targeted.
men already? Haven't the Men in Black visited you?
I'd have thought I'd have seen the Men in Black after I called that bridge.
Yeah.
And the picture, the whole damn picture was a bridge. I didn't see no Men in Black though,
No.
but I was targeted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still targeted, that's for sure.
I'm still targeted. I haven't been not
But
targeted since.
everybody who's been in my chat's probably been targeted to some extent.
It's a holistic herb that's called Haritaki. I posted it on my community on my page. I heard that it helps. Well, I ain't heard. I did some research on it, and I found out it helps. Decalcify the pineal gland too. It's called Haritaki. It's a holistic herb.
Yeah, I suggest
I've never heard of it.
pineapple juice and cherry juice are supposed to be good for it.
Or fresh cherries.
Yeah.
Just eat the delicious cherries.
A majority they so-called World Renowned scientists have done their so-called studies and found that it's 85 to 90% of people that have calcified pineal glands. But thanks to all the I'm gonna try to keep it PG, but thanks to all the PO, y'all already know talking about the P. Thanks to all the barium and all the foods, they weighing us down. So, but it's easy. But I feel like it's easy for some to access the pineal gland because to gain access to your higher self. So I feel like for some it's easy, for some it's harder.
Yep.
It just depends on where you at.
Yeah.
That's how I feel too.
Some people can just sit there and meditate in a quiet room for 20, 30 minutes and they are already there.
I think I'm pretty much always tapped into my higher self.
That's
It
what
could
I
be
was gonna.
morning, it could be afternoon, it could be
Always
nighttime.
on.
I don't know when it's my higher self speaking, because
It's
I
always
will
on.
think
It's
just
whether you're
one
listening or not.
thing, and then something else comes out more profound than what I was going
I
to
thought
say.
that's what being woke was.
No, being woke don't mean squat. We're talking about being awake.
Right, being awake. Right. I thought that's what it was.
Yes.
I thought that's
How
what
are you,
being
Tony?
awake was. It's when your third eye is open and you
Yeah, I
know.
was born awake.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really your first eye, because
facts,
these two eyes in our head, this shit
I
ain't they
was
we
gonna
can't
say that.
we only
facts.
can see 10% of the light spectrum down here, so we really blind. So it's really
The ocean.
Yeah,
aesthetically
that ain't
your first
all.
eye.
Your first eye is it grows first before your two eyes anyway. So that's why it's your first eye.
Right.
Right.
And
And it's
these
like
are
a
no
door,
second.
it stays shut, like squeeze shut,
Double vision comes to mind.
But I want to say this right
We
quick.
had the singular eye, and then we got two eyes, and we got double vision.
But I want to say this right quick before it slipped my mind. Right. Uh, being awake, is something that you cultivate. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody have the skills, to cultivate that ability. You know what I'm saying? Just like, playing basketball, it's something that you have to cultivate. Not everybody, have that, the ability to cultivate that skills. You know what I'm saying?
No, they
So
have to take the tinctures and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. So it's the
or
same thing
meditate.
with your first eye, with being awake. So once you have that skill, once you possess, that skills, you know what I'm saying? I think you could act, you you get to be, awake, at all time, even in your dream, you're lucid. You know what I'm saying? So
I've been doing lucid dreaming since I was 5. So yeah.
I don't know for a lot
Yeah, I
of
used to
people.
have nightmares, and
Mhm.
so it occurred to me that I was going to have to remember that it was just a dream. And then after I got good at remembering that it was just a dream, then I started taking control of the dream and making what happened in the dream what I wanted to happen instead of what was happening to me. And I think
Yes.
we have to do that in real life, so-called real life. Be
Yeah, I don't
lucid
know other
in
people. I
life.
don't know for other people. To me, I thought that's what it was, because this my experience. You know what I'm saying? This what I rely on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I like I said, in my dream, I keep telling everybody. I share my experience with everybody. You know, like in my dream, the only time I'm not lucid in my dream is if I'm very tired. If I'm very tired, I'm not going to be lucid. But you know, uh, if if the dream, if it's a negative dream, if it's a nightmare, then I'm automatically I'm going to be lucid in the dream, even though I'm tired. So I tell people all the time, I don't fall asleep. I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I go to sleep.
Yes.
So get to my dream. I'm awake in my dream. I know that I'm dreaming. So I'm running shit in there. This is the reason
Well,
why I'm trying to manifest, this in my reality. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
I'm actually seeing uh 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 the universe, the way I'm actually conceive, life is the same way I want to, my reality to be.
Hey, there's a link, Bingus,
Yeah,
if you want to come up. I know you
yeah,
can't
I
see
know.
most of the chat because it's over on another member's channel right now, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I've heard that the chats
It's a
don't work.
weird thing. I wish they would merge the chats,
Hmm.
to all the channels that we're running. It would make more sense.
Yeah, they can do it on
That would.
StreamYard, right? So
What was
Right. Yeah,
that?
yeah, I feel like I won't cut y'all off here. I'm in full control of my dreams too. I lucid dream all the time. I know for a fact I exist on the dimension of beyond this plane, interdimensional being.
Do you guys ever dream about floating or flying? Because I've been having a lot of
Oh, yeah.
dreams the past
Hey,
year
Bingus, good to
of
see you.
floating and flying and
Howdy.
teaching others how to float and fly. And then I had one more thing. Then I had a dream that I was shooting like Rocket Man, just by myself out in space, away from Earth. And I wasn't interested at all in looking back. I wanted to find out where I was going. And then the fucking phone rang and it was a spam call and they took me away from that dream and I can't get it back.
Well, me personally, when I sleep out of this body, when I sleep out of this body, I create my own dream. What I need to be dream about. I don't just have random dream. Like I said, I gotta be tired as hell.
Yeah, I do that
You
too.
have a random dream. And I might not be in control in that random dream, but if it's something, if it's like a nightmare or something, a bad dream, then it's going to trigger me to be lucid. You know, so automatically, when I'm going to sleep, out of my body, what I'm saying, I'm creating the dream, that I need to be in.
Yeah,
It,
I've done that too. Yeah.
It appears to
Something
me.
that I don't have any.
Hi, Bingus.
Hey, thank you for letting me join in.
Hi,
Oh,
I'm just
absolutely.
meeting you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Much love and respect. Salute.
So, Luke, what's up? What's up, Bingus? What's going on? What's good?
Good, man. Everything's good. Now, it's come to my understanding anyway that the dream world is the other half of our life. Most people only live half of a life, and when we do stumble into the dream world, it's very confusing and chaotic because we have never been taught how to navigate properly in multidimensional reality. But that's the other
Hey,
side of our life. We're brought into a world of separation, and they do everything to keep us separate and confused and asking these types of questions, in my humble
yep.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, well
That
said.
most of the bad dreams I was having as a child is the CHLD trafficking type stuff that's been happening in our world today. And so it was like they were psychic dreams, but at the same time, if it's happening now, it was probably happening then. So
Or
I was like,
it could have been one of your other lives where you were trafficked.
and I think, yes, I think absolutely, because this one scene, I'm coming out of a tent with nothing on, and there was children and grown ass people in there
Okay.
with nothing on too. Yeah, yeah.
I do a lot of reading of history and especially when it comes to humanity. And if we go all the way back to the first century, we lived more on the earth in wholeness. I mean, there was Father, Son, Mother Earth, and we kind of understood our caretaker role. But back then, multidimensional reality was pursued. Plant and venoms were used to put people in psychological states of multidimensionality, and
Mhm.
it's hard to control humanity when we're running around free in both worlds, in our day life and our nighttime life. So they introduced, by the 3rd century, in my readings, they introduced a thing called religion, and that
Yep.
created a belief. And the word belief in and of itself creates separation. I think the word should be eliminated and replaced with deeper understanding instead of belief. It's my understanding instead of it's my belief.
Oh, it's my understanding. Yeah. Well, understanding. Well, now you have to say understanding or overstanding, then, right?
Yeah. And a lot of people say they have faith. Like I was having dialogue with somebody the other day. And he's like, "Do you have a faith? Do you believe in something?" I was like, "No, I don't. I don't have a faith. I don't believe in no." But because I told him, I said, "Belief has lie in it, so you can believe in a lie."
Absolutely. Well, just the word itself. When you
We
just say
know
I,
what we know.
when you say I believe, okay, read it immediately. You're drawing a line in the sand. Okay, If you say, I understand, you're opening the door for more input. All right. So just the two words themselves create this psychology in our waking hours that becomes a self controlling mechanism that's been indoctrinated into our mindset.
Yeah.
All curse words. Like when people say bless you and all this other nonsense, like you like knowing the deeper meaning and having a deeper understanding on these terminology, you like, man, I don't even want nobody saying bless. I don't like nobody. I was sneezing earlier, somebody walked by and said bless you. I was like, man, don't say that. I'm taking myself, don't say that to me. You saying be bless you. Don't say that to me.
Smear you with fresh
Should we
hemorrhaging blood.
should we just say you're excused? Should we just say you're excused like they had said excuse me, and then you say you're excused out of politeness instead of the be less you?
I always say, good one.
Well,
Good
it's
one.
okay. We just listen though. It's okay though. We just don't understand. It's okay for somebody to to say bless you. You just gotta, remember the energy that people you put out is the same energy that you're gonna get out. So you gotta know how to direct the energy back to them. You gotta know how to send the energy back to the sender. Which is the center. You have to be centered at all.
Naga, you're
Yeah.
so correct. But the thing
Yep.
is we're indoctrinated. We're taught as soon as we come out of the womb a separative way of looking at things. All right. So
When I'm
Yep.
when I'm hearing the word belief, I'm hearing the word be in it, to be, and I'm also hearing the word li in it. I'm seeing it.
yeah.
Basically, when I'm saying the word believe, I'm also seeing the word that I'm saying. And
See,
I can see the L and the I in it. And
you're
it let me know that the God in me, what I'm saying, is be. Is the being. That's in front of me. So it let me to me be to believe is to be living. What I'm saying, like believing is to be living, because believe is to be alive. So
But see, people don't
Be
understand
live.
the
Yeah.
words as they're placed. I mean, most people, some will die for a belief that may not even be true. You see, so there's a lot of misleading
Holy wars.
vocabulary.
Right.
But Naga, I agree. It's in the words, it's in the frequencies and the vibrations that we emit, which are the words or our language. But it's also
Yep.
the only language that we've known for eons of generations. Okay.
Mhm.
So as we're rising, I think we're seeing everything crumble. And I think a lot of people, their vibrations are rising up, their DNA is activating into the next level of humanity, which is going to forego all this indoctrinated mindset BS and hopefully open our eyes to who we really are as human instruments. We're capable of interdimensional travel. We're capable of
Right.
we're
And I
capable.
agree with you. What's his name again?
Bingus.
Biggest. Yeah, Bingus. Yeah, I agree with that. The more we go into this processional cycle and this processional cycle into this golden yuga cycle into the age of enlightenment, man, we're gonna
Yes.
start seeing more people become detached from monotheistic religion and going more
Yep.
towards spiritual awakening, more back towards like a collective, instead of like you said, separatism through Catholicism, through religion.
Yep.
So like in
Wholeness.
the stage of Aquarius, people are going to be more in tune with their spiritual side, with their spiritual self, with their higher self. So that's what you're seeing with us.
Yeah. Wholeness. We should be, nobody argues that we have a soul for the most part. All right. But when you're in balance with your soul, you become a navigator towards wholeness novelty instead of negative novelty. And it makes life a little bit more rewarding. It also opens up a deeper understanding for your interdimensional world or your dream world. But
And that
we're just getting
wholeness
started. Yeah.
is
yeah,
better
but
than
we
the
have
so-called
to
holiness of
understand.
religion.
But we have to understand the soul. How also is all have the word all in it. All is also L, because we know the vowel is interchangeable.
Correct.
know. So O
Absolutely.
is L. So when we're talking about the soul, we know we're talking about, basically L, God, the
Yes.
creative force.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Ellie is El God, yes.
A lot of us have ancient souls. A lot of us walked Atlantis. I feel like I'm one of them ancient souls that been around for like eons. That's what I feel. I can just feel it, you know.
I
Me
think a
too.
lot of people feel that way.
Yeah,
Honestly.
what I was gonna say, is about, the soul thing, the about, the being, that have soul, or the battle between the soul and the spirit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
sure.
saying? So, the soul, like I said, is basically what, basically is sending signals, to the spirit. Now the spirit is sending this, the signal it received from the body back, to the soul. You know what I'm saying? But
What drives the soul is the individuated aspect of first source. All right. And that individuated aspect of first source is in every single soul, which means we are all connected and we are all one. Experience
well, it's
more
more
than
it's more the soul is the driver, and the spirit,
drives it.
is the spaceship, that the soul used to get to the, to get to the brain, to get to the body.
First
Yeah.
source vibrates at such a high frequency, it cannot experience lower dimensionality, thus create human instruments, put a fragment or an individuated aspect of God or first source in each one of them, put them in a lower dimensionality, and let them experience novelty. Unfortunately, we are in a duality, so we get to
Got
choose
split.
negative or positive. It's up to us.
Right, the yin and the yang. And we speaking about souls and spirits. I'm gonna go and get this out the way. Everybody don't have a soul because a lot of beings with a lot of these avatars walking around they container where they shell can't withhold a soul. You
You're
know,
right.
everybody has spirit. I'm gonna say that every
That's
living thing
true.
here has a spirit, but everybody don't have a soul. We gotta get that out the way.
Well, it's
I
not.
see.
Look, it's not so much that they don't have
I
a
want
soul;
to
it's
make
they're
it.
not in alignment with their soul. There's no alignment. So how can the spirit activate properly that particular human instrument if it's not in alignment? I mean, it's capable of activating the soul, but many choose through indoctrinated years and years and years and generations to not activate it.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, deactivated. Yeah.
But I must say, I agree that to the fact that we're living in duality, but I don't, think that we need to pick and choose between, uh uh uh, between, the duality. I think we need both sides of the duality in order to be able to navigate. You know what I'm saying?
It's the only way a third dimension
Mm,
can be
This
navigated
planet.
is in a duality. It's the only way a negative and a positive have to be separated to get to this lowest dimension. There's no other way to experience it. But we get to choose, and that's the key. I mean,
But
negative will always top out. It will eventually have to turn positive, and that's the way it is
well, we
inside.
will.
Hey, hold
Exactly.
on.
We will come to
Somebody,
the
somebody,
same
nah, I'm gonna make a
duality.
joke. I'm gonna make a joke. Somebody said, "How can you tell if you ain't got no soul? Shit, if you ain't got no rhythm." Well, nah,
I was going to say that
nah.
shit out of my head,
but
motherfucker. Like 5 minutes ago, I tried to cut in and say that shit. Thank
let,
you.
Nah,
Hey,
Thank
let,
maybe
you.
you
let,
just wouldn't
let,
care.
let
But
me
I
get
got
in.
to go. Class is
Okay.
on in
Okay.
about 10
Okay.
minutes, guys.
It's fine.
Much love. Thanks
Yeah,
for
Nice
thanks
to
having me
so
meet
out
you,
again.
Max.
much.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Bye bye. Nice to meet you.
Hey,
Yeah,
You
salute.
thanks for
bye.
coming in, Max. This has been great.
Yeah,
I
for
was
sure.
going to say that, but then I was thinking about it. And I was thinking there's a lot of evil people out there that got rhythm. And so then I decided not to say it. But I was thinking it.
But I wanna say
we say
this.
it all the
I
time.
wanna
I'm
deal
a
with the brother
soul
right quick
man.
though.
They kept our songs, man. Let your soul glow with your all sheen in your hair. I'm a
Oh,
I'm
soul
white
man.
on the outside, but I'm black on the inside because I'm a white girl with rhythm.
Yeah, let me say this
Yeah,
too though.
me too. I'm a
You
bass
have
player, and
all type of
I grew
people.
up. I grew up on War. That's one of my most favorite bands.
I
That
love the beats.
that
Yeah.
Caribbean rock and soul all together. It's like
Any beat. It could be any music as long as the beat is good on there.
yeah.
Can I
You know
get
what I'm
back?
talking about.
Yeah.
Can I get back to the duality
The
thing?
rhythm.
But I must say this though. I think all type of people. There are some all type of people. That don't have rhythm. That don't have a soul. Because you have all type of people that's not in alignment with their soul. That's not connected to who they are. So therefore, they're not
Yeah.
in rhythm. They're not vibrating. In synchronicity with their soul. But to deal with the duality thing. With the brother though, like I was saying though, we know true power, have to be neutralized. If it's not neutralized, therefore, it's become dangerous, right? So we know it has to be neutralized. This is
Neutralizer is that would be the same as balance, right?
right. So, but we also know, that there is a negative and a positive, that we need all three. You know, we need all three. In order to get some type of power. So it's the same thing. When it comes to the us living in a duality. We need both sides of the duality, whether it's God and the devil, or the left and the right, or up and down. You know, good and evil. Negative and positive. We need both. In order for us, to have true power. But it's just that power can be destructive if it's not neutralized.
It
Oh,
balance is neutralization. We live in a lower dimensionality of duality, positive, negative. The frequency is at 22 trillion times per second. This has been scientifically proven. All right. Without a duality, there would be no frequency. Okay, in a lower dimension. Period. But
In the
can we align?
dimension.
Can we align our souls? I think that's the challenge of being here.
that's not a challenge at
Well,
all.
that and to become the singularity, which will be no more duality, in my opinion.
When you're in balance, isn't that what's happening?
Exactly. When you're in balance, then it's all singular and there's no more duality. You've made the two one,
Multidimensional.
literally.
Multidimensional.
Yeah, it's like
That's
spinning
my
the
goal.
yin and yang. If you spin it fast enough, it all looks like one.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yes, like
Very
that.
good. What a great analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's a trippy thing.
they play dualism against us in this 3D reality construct,
Yes.
via
Because they
politics, via black and white with the so-called
Hmm.
race,
Totally.
night, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Totally.
because they don't
Yep.
want you to know. They don't want you to know what true power is. That's why
Right.
they keep pinning you on one side, when they themselves, they're using both sides to have the true power they have. Is the fact that because the
That's
power is not neutralized, so it's
yeah.
become
Yeah.
detrimental to these people. It's become dangerous. This is why every civilization always end up destroyed. Every
Well,
time they go.
simply they don't want us having this conversation
No,
like it is right
No, they
now.
don't.
That's right.
No, they don't.
this
That's right.
conversation would not have been happening 10 years ago.
No,
See,
no way, no, hell no, no way,
You
not at
see,
all.
so you see the increase of the vibration of the frequencies. I
We're
mean, it's happening.
gravitating
It's
to each
happening
other.
to us. It's happening. It's happening to us.
We're
I think it was
magnets
Well,
to
always.
each
I
other.
think it was always
I
happening.
was
It just
having
was
these
happening
conversations
elsewhere.
10 years ago, but I'm a monkey in Chinese astrology, so 100th monkey.
I think it was happening elsewhere, but it was always happening. I think everything is happening, at all time at once.
Yes,
Everything is
yes, it
always happening.
is.
Just
In a
happen.
multidimensional reality, there is no time and there is no duality.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, right
There is
there.
no time. That's
Yeah,
right.
time is an
That's
illusion, most definitely. Time don't exist. It's only the present. There's no such thing as
Mhm.
tomorrow and yesterday. It's only the present. You only can be in the present. It just
Yeah. So
that's
with
the part of
movement,
being a being, just to be. You just being, just to be in the present.
Time allows
Yep.
us to experience a lower duality of novelty. And why do
Right.
we experience novelty? Because not even First Source knows what's going to happen. And in that happening creates an expansion. And what are we expanding? First Source.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah, time. Yeah, just I'm saying. Yeah, time keeps you stuck in Chronos, man. It keeps you stuck in an artificial timing mechanism. And you said he just
Mhm.
mentioned
More
like soul.
control over us. They're
Right.
cubing. They mentally cube us, with time and structure and what you should be doing at this time of day.
Well,
All of it.
okay, 7 days a week.
Yeah,
If you do
just
your
keep going out.
research, you'll find
Months,
out.
years. It's all been.
You'll
It's
Yeah.
find out there used to be 8 days a week and 13 days a week, and they couldn't make up their mother friggin' minds. They settled on 7 days a week.
Because everything they do is from
Well, are
artificial
there any
aspect.
days of the week, or is it just always today?
Because everything they do goes against the Fibonacci sequence of nature. And like she just said, they want to keep you stuck in a square. They put a square on your head because they want to keep you. They want to keep you away from the Fibonacci spiral. The
Yeah.
origin of creation. So
Right.
a square
The
is not.
expanding circle. Yes.
Right. And
This
Mhm.
is
a
Yep.
the
Yep.
zero, a spiral, a zero, that's balance. That goes back to zero, balance,
Mhm.
time is a scientific term though for movement though.
Yeah. Actually, it's beyond that. It is a control system. For these people to want us to follow the white coats,
But yeah,
Uh-huh.
the
like movement.
experts, the
Right.
texperts, the ones that want to tell us how it is with, I call 1800s technology. I get irksome sometimes. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
just
shattering before their eyes,
time
and,
is
and they're
just
just
time.
running around like idiots with
Time
their heads cut off. It's
Yeah,
funny.
time is
it's
not
it's
time
coming.
is not beyond movement. Time is based around the 24-hour sun. It's literally beyond that. Other than that, we're talking about light years. We're talking
Yes.
about light years and these things, and we know light years. Is a scientific time. Term. For multiple years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For
it sounds
for
cool though,
billions of
doesn't
years.
it? I
Well,
think that's half
let's have a fun with
let's name
words.
it this. It sounds really cool. It's kind of out of Back to the Future or something.
You
Right.
have
So,
Yeah.
light
so
as
it's
in
no,
light
but
years, and then you have light as in I see the light years. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We know they play with words. They cast spells. This is how they do
Yeah.
it. We're all in on the spell half the time, but we don't get compensated. I think that's where we got to start putting, if you want to hit them in their pocketbook. Well, if you want me to cast this spell and repeat this, whatever, I need a piece of the action.
so
I
that's
don't
the
know.
only way
I'm
you
joking, but
that's the only way you're gonna get the fishes, because if you cast the net and you don't pull it, then the fish gonna get in the net and eat everything and get out. So you
yeah,
have
we're
once you
already
cast
there. We're in the net. We're in the
so
net.
once you cast the net, you have to start pulling it. This is the reason why they're controlling us. Time is a control mechanism. To control our movement. That's controlling our movement. They broadcast. Casting it. What I'm saying, all over the news, all over the
Casting,
media,
yes.
all over the radio. All
Trapped
over,
in time, man. Trapped
all
in
over the
time.
schools.
Yep.
It's
What? Sorry.
I was saying trapped in time. That's what it keeps you frozen. That's why the vibratory rates and the frequencies has been
Yeah.
so low. This is why we fell to the third dimension, the third
Mhm.
density. From
Mm-hmm.
30, we fell from the 33. We was once vibrating at the third parallel. We fell all the way to the third density via time, being frozen in time because we vibrating so low here. The frequencies are so low here. We
and
basically
Yeah.
standing still.
Once the
And they
majority of humanity unite with their soul, I doubt very many of us will want to be governed.
No, we don't want to be
Right.
governed now. We
No.
don't.
Hell no.
We don't
we
want to be
need to let
governed now.
them know. Then quit participating. You see?
I never did participate. There was one time
Me either.
my friend convinced me to vote once, but
No,
never again, never
I'm
before.
35. I've never voted. I didn't finish school. I'm a high school dropout, and I'm more educated
There you go.
than somebody that got a diploma.
Absolutely. The thing is when the majority of humanity starts thinking like this, things will change pretty damn rapidly, in my humble opinion.
That's right. And they are changing.
But the thing is, though, whether we accept it or not, we live in a government system, and I'm not talking about the people that give us, but I'm talking about the element, the element you know, everything, you know, is being governed by the elements here on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it
wish I did
so
know
Nature
that.
governs.
Okay, now
I want to know. I want to know who
define,
those are.
define element, please.
Yeah, it's the whomevers with me, the giants of the
I
past.
mean,
I
you're talking
believe.
first
the
source. You're
elements,
talking
well,
God. What do you know?
the elements is the waters, right? The earth, right? The wind,
Earth,
the
air,
right?
water, fire.
Yeah,
The
and
alchemy, yeah, they're governed by alchemy. And
and
that's
that's
the
the
hexahedron.
and that's the four knowns. That's the four known elements. So we can stay right there with the four basic elements, right?
Okay, so when you say the element is, you're using the word element, and I'm confused how you're using it. So forgive me.
What you mean? How I'm using it? I'm saying everything here, you know, is being governed by these elements, by these four known elements, right? I'm just saying I'm just sticking to these four right now. We know there is more than than they tell us, you
As
know.
far as okay, everything that
Because
we
there's
see as
ether.
far as the earth, right? I mean,
Fifth
as far as the
element
earth,
is
right?
ether.
You're not talking about the system that's unveiling humanity, are you?
Say that again.
Are
Yeah,
you
that's
talking
where I
about?
was. Yeah, at
Are you
too.
talking about the system that we're in
Or
as an
geez,
element?
No, that's
Okay,
what I said. I'm not talking about the people that you know that they gave us that
okay.
saying that they represent us. But I'm talking about what being
The
presented.
natural elements of earth.
The
Yeah,
actual elements,
what's being
including
presented,
ether. Yeah.
what's
Excellent.
being presented to us.
I just want to understand you, brother. Forgive me.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've always been governed by nature. That's how the ancestors did it. That's how we did it. Like that goes back to what we were saying earlier. We are the ancestors, so we did everything based off of nature, the laws of nature, and the laws of the
yeah,
cosmos. We
still
never,
that's
we
do.
never.
that's what I'm saying. That we live in a government system, and the
Right,
way and the the highest form the highest form, I mean, forces, in nature is the elements, is the four known elements, you
Gotcha.
know, and until you get past these four elements, you don't know
Right.
no other, forces of nature.
Well, we're in the system of separation that needs to go away for us to return back to balance, which would be the element nature of this planet. Yeah, I
Right.
agree. Yeah, but until we get rid of the parasital system of separation, it's pretty hard to, you know what I mean? I mean, we're getting there. Really, it's predicted that by 2040, the majority of humanity will understand who they are. They will bring their soul and their spirit into balance.
right,
And
right. We seeing Revelations, the book of Revelations, play out because
yes,
their time is ticking. This is why they have 90. This is why they have 90 seconds on their doomsday clock.
yeah.
So they're telling you in these so-called last, quote unquote, last days meaning the end of a matrix, the end of a system, the end of the age of Pisces, of a patriarch. We're going back to the laws of matriarch, the laws of the laws of nature,
The
instead of being governed by these
Yes.
mixed laws.
if
Now,
you
I
want
don't
to
agree.
study a lot
I don't
about
agree
this,
with
the
that.
yugas,
I think that was a setup. I think that was a setup to get us in what we in today. I think it was a setup, to put the powers in the hands of the women's, right? Of the women's, right? And then
Okay, so
after,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Naga. We know we indigenous, right? So we
right?
know when we were tribes, we Indians, right? So when we tribal people. So who did the chief take orders from? It was a matriarch.
Nah,
See,
we take
the
yes,
woman
orders
got
yes,
the
from
last, the woman got was the final say so with her. The
yes,
chief
no,
went and checked
yeah.
with the, you know what
In
I'm saying?
the first
no. And the
century,
final say so in what?
in the first century, the young
Now
teenage
Big Mama had
girls
the final say so.
ruled.
And what though?
And a matriarch.
And
This is a
no,
feminine planet. This is a
no. Let,
feminine
let
planet.
no.
Planet Tiamat, Planet Kai, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call it. This is a feminine planet. It's always been a matriarch.
Mother
No,
Earth.
no,
We've been under the
no. It
laws of
was
a patriarch.
no. We hold on. We had a universal. We go by universal law. This is why you see the
that's
pyramids.
true.
This is why you see the pyramids in Africa. You see the pyramids in Asia, and some of them they destroy in Europe. And all over here in Africa, and some of them they destroy in the Caribbeans. So we had a We go by universal law. Neither one of us, get to say so. We go by by the law of the planet. You know what
Right.
I'm
But
saying?
I'm saying when it comes to the land,
When we're talking about the
Right.
people, the humans.
But right, that's what I'm saying. That's the law that we go by. We go by
Well,
the law, that govern the land.
Naga, like I mentioned earlier, and like when I was doing my reading, first century, that's how humans lived. They lived in balance. All right, they lived in veneration of the natural feminine aspect of the planet. That's a feminine energy. All right, but that's not controllable. The girls ruled in there. It was the what do they call them? The seers, or the they would always be on high, basically, and they would rule kings. And if they said a king needed to die, a king would die. And it's not sorceress. I can't remember the name. Forgive me, but they ruled the first few centuries. The people
Listen,
with money did not like that.
listen, bro.
All right, and
Tell
that's when
me,
things
elder.
change.
Listen, elder. The word woman itself, right? If you go and look for definitions, you will see it mean both men, both male and female. That's a fact. Go look it up. So
I
when
don't
we
disagree.
so when they're talking about female, you have to understand in what context and what perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about us, Aboriginal people, original people. We didn't go by no unbalanced, type of, we didn't have no unbalanced type of power structure. It was balanced. We go by the family structure, family role. It wasn't the man or the female that role, family role. Because family, we go with the spirit, of the land. The spirit that have the land have a spirit, just like the water have a spirit. God damn it, the trees have a spirit. God damn it, just like the animal got a spirit, you got a spirit,
Spirits and everything.
right? So we didn't just go and decide that we just gonna do our own thing and and be using our free will. We ain't had no concept of free will. You know what I'm saying? We go by a government system.
I think we speak similar languages. It's just I'm trying to decipher exactly what you're saying, brother.
Yeah, but I'm also, not, I'm just speaking in general, the brother could understand if anybody is listening, so they could understand, this not, personally me, you, or anybody, I'm just speaking in general. But you're just coming up with passion.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, Nog. I mean, I agree with everything everybody has said so far, but
That's the thing about change is it allows us, all right, to lower the belief system, all right, and take a look at what other people are thinking and feeling. And that's why I'm grateful for Smoking and G Sharp to have these types of discussions. And I'm also very grateful to be able to contribute. I'm going to go ahead and step out, but I really enjoyed each and every one of your thoughts. I really did.
Oh,
Thank you.
it was great having, excuse me, it was great having you up, Bingus. Please come back. This has been wonderful.
I just want to ask him one more question before he left.
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind, Bingus, you had mentioned something about 2040.
Yeah.
And so that's what these agendas are about, like Agenda 2030, Agenda 25. What's your prognosis? What's your synopsis on that?
It's very vague, okay? Approximately. It depends on so many different factors of humanity and how quickly the Earth has risen above the meridian of the Milky Way galaxy. The sun has turned from yellow to white. Our DNA is being activated by Father Sun, all right, to remember who we are.
Yep.
And why we are here. So how fast that continues to spread will determine the exact date. There's many predictions. If you study the yugas, you can come close to about 2040. So but again, I'm not going to be here, so it's pretty safe for me to say that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying, man. I love your mind, man. Because that's what I was saying. Like the year 2025, it symbolizes the number 9 for completion.
About 2 to 3 generations in general, if you look at humanity, is where the major changes occur. It doesn't just happen overnight. It takes about 2 to 3 generations. I mean, getting rid of this system that we've had in place is going to definitely take 2 to 3 generations. But it will dissolve, in my humble opinion, And it's my deepest understanding. It's not a belief. It's just what I feel inside. It's when I go into my dream world and pursue my multidimensional aspect of who I am that I come to these discoveries, that I learn where to go look to read. All the information is here. It always has been. We just have been indoctrinated into a system that causes us to fight amongst each other instead of actually looking for truth. So,
Right.
again,
And I agree with you on that sun, man. That sun, that sun up there, that's more of a spiritual sun. I was telling somebody that not too long ago. People saying like the flowers and stuff are turning their back on that sun. I said, because everything's inorganic here. It's GMO. So of course it's going to dematerialize it. So if you have an artificial mindset, you're going to be dematerialized physically, mentally, and spiritually. You're not going to be
Weather. Oh yeah.
I know that's
Okay,
a
guys, I
scary
gotta go.
thought, actually.
Hey,
Oh.
great. I love your thoughts, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Take
Oh,
care.
excellent. Thanks a lot, Bingus. Have a great one.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting on 2.5 hours. I probably should take the stream down here shortly.
Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate you having me on because I got to get up early in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Again, True Zone, anytime.
Yeah,
It's,
appreciate
Yeah.
it. Much love.
it's
Much
been a
love.
great flow. It really has. Yeah, yeah.
Peace
Really
out.
great.
Peace out. y'all. Peace, Naga, man. Peace out, Shep.
Peace.
Salute to everybody. Bangers, Max, everybody, man, in the chat.
Yeah.
We'll do this again, man. Until next time.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a
Enjoyable
really good
as
stream.
usual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, well, I'll just go ahead and let you go.
Yeah.
And thank you again. And I'll see you
Yes.
next time.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Paula.
Thank
Once
you.
again, it has been just a really great stream, and really enjoyed what everybody had to contribute. Well, anyway, it started off kind of strange, though, because there was actually a pre-show that I cut off, and anyway, ended up with all this. So, take care. Stay frosty.